Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about empathy. Now, most people think that success is about maybe being the loudest voice in the room or the biggest personality, about proving yourself or about making sure that you've been seen. But what if I told you that the real power isn't how much you talk, but it's in how you listen? And what if the fastest way that you could make a greater impact isn't by pushing harder or hustling, but by understanding deeper? Because the truth is that the most successful people in the world, they don't demand attention, they earn it. And they do it through one thing, and that's empathy. Now, if you want to be more influential and more impactful and more successful, then it's time for you to stop focusing on what you want others to say and start focusing on what you need to hear from others. Because the person who understands others best, they win. Now, once again, it's not about being the smartest, the fastest, the strongest. Leadership, you're often told is about dominance. That influence comes from the strategy, but it's not that. The greatest superpower, you have isn't how much you know or how hard you push. It's how deeply that you understand. And the world is full of people right now that are trying to prove themselves, that are trying to be heard. The power that comes with empathy, it belongs to those who know how to listen. Empathy is not a weakness in any way. It isn't a distraction. It really is the key to influence and the foundation for making trust, and really the secret weapon that makes your gifts and superpowers even more powerful beyond where they are right now. Now, in case you're wondering, my name is Jake Talbert. I'm the founder and author of this book that's called The Giver Method. I'll put a link in the description where you can go get it. Bestseller on Amazon. Probably the best $10 you could spend on yourself here in 2025 to make more impact, live a more fulfilled life, discover your superpowers, all sorts of things like that. I highly recommend you go get it. If you're not ready to invest that $10 in yourself, I'll have a free PDF download that you can go get as well called The Giver's Roadmap. But the Giver Method, the whole concept of what we teach there is to help people to discover and develop their gifts and superpowers so that they can create more impact and live a more fulfilled life. Now, today, I want to give you a lot of clarity. Just like if you were here sitting in my office with me and I was coaching you, and if you're here to take you through that sort of a process. Now, before we dive into kind of this big thing that you could do that amplifies empathy, if you're new here, please hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We don't want you to miss out on any of the content we have around, creating impact, discovering your gifts and superpowers, being more influential in your sphere of at the same time, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of those places, or at thegivermethod.com. Now, let's talk about how empathy, when used intentionally, becomes that greatest strength that you can continue to develop. Because empathy, it amplifies your gifts and superpowers. It isn't just about being kind. It's about being able to step into someone else's world and see what they actually need, using your unique strengths to help them. When you understand people at a deeper level, you know what they're struggling with. You know what they value. You know how you could actually bring them real solutions. And if your superpowers that you have, if you can align those with it, you're just going to make magic happen. So let's say you have a superpower like communication. Empathy helps you to say what actually needs to be said, not just what you want to say. If you have a gift of leadership, empathy shows you how to be the kind of leader that people want to follow. If you've got those gifts and strengths of problem-solving skills, empathy helps you to build solutions that truly matter to other people. Without empathy, your gifts and superpowers are only focused on you. But when you add empathy, those gifts, those superpowers become the tools for transformation, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. So think about it this way. Here's the big takeaway is empathy is like a muscle, and you need to practice it. You need to practice with it to get stronger with it. So start by implementing stuff like a 1-minute rule. Anytime you're in a conversation, take 1 minute and just stop thinking about what you want to say next and focus entirely on what the other person is expressing. Ask better questions, deeper questions. Instead of giving it quick advice, start with, well, tell me more about that. How did that make you feel? And then listen to not just the words, but what's behind them. What are those emotions? And here's where, the power really starts to shift for you. Take what you learn from others and then go apply it. If you notice someone needs encouragement, then give it. If you recognize someone feels unheard, then be the person who listens. Empathy isn't just about understanding people. It's about using the understanding and to bring value in ways that others don't expect. And so just use that 1-minute rule. Go in and implement that when you're starting a conversation with someone. Because in a world that's so loud and filled with competition, obsessed with self-promotion through, social media and ads, and, the one who truly stands out are the ones who see others. Empathy creates trust, and trust is the foundation for influence. If you want to lead and inspire or build something meaningful, then you need people to believe in you. But people won't believe in you unless you believe like that, unless they know that you believe in them and that you are listening to them. That's how relationships become deeper. It's how opportunities expand and how real impact begins to be made. But most importantly, that when you lead with empathy, you don't just make others feel seen. You unlock new levels of success for yourself, because when you give first, the universe always has a way of paying you back in ways that you just never expected. And so with that, like today, start small, be intentional, ask one more question, listen for a little bit longer in those conversations, and find more ways to use your gifts and superpowers to bring value to someone else that they actually need because you heard it in what they were saying. Because the road to real impact isn't about pushing harder, it's about connecting deeper. And when you learn to lead with empathy, you don't just change the way you see people, you actually change the way people see themselves. Now, if you are ready to dive deeper into, discovering and developing your gifts and superpowers and creating more impact in your sphere of influence, then once again, go down in the link in the description, grab the link for Amazon and get your copy of The Giver Method. You can also get the free resource, The Giver Roadmap, if you're not ready to invest that money. Go to thegivermethod.com, join the newsletter, book a time to discuss, like if you want me to come speak on a stage or be on a podcast or anything. Like, I want to see how we can help you to discover your strengths and make greater impact. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Leave, maybe share it with someone who needs it. And in the comments, I want you to, tell me how empathy has played a role in your journey and how you plan to make it even bigger as you move forward so you can create a greater impact. Because whatever you say could inspire others along their path as they read it. And with that, I'll just say until next time, keep growing, keep giving, and remember that the greatest strengths, it isn't what you know, but it's about how well you can understand the people around you. And when you take that and create value for them using your gifts and superpowers, the universe will always pay you back. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you in our next video. Have a good one.